little red button? Yeah, push the little red button.
I got a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to the Netpicks podcast Christmas special. And yes, believe it or not, we will be debating whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I am the captain. And I am joined, of course, by the podcast machine, Mike Larkin.
Yo, yo, yo. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
And a Happy New Year. I literally watched Home Alone 1 and 2 last night, actually.
Did you really?
I did, yes. I'm going through. I got like a list for at least one every night of December. Some have got 2, some have got 3 because I had to skip a night because I just got drunk on my birthday. But yeah, Home Alone was on there, of course. I kicked it off with Die Hard actually before we even got to December. But before we get into that debate, we need to end some unfinished business from the last episode, where we were trying to connect Ralph Macchio to Paul Newman without including Tom Cruise. So, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Alright, so Ralph Macchio was in Hitchcock with Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins, we're not doing that one. He was in My Cousin Vinny with Marissa Tomei.
Yep.
She was in Anger Management with Jack Nicholson.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't include Tom Cruise, so that one's fucked. Damn it! Sorry, my mistake. It is Anger Management, but she was in it with John Turturro as well.
Yes,
who,
that's
of course,
right. Yes,
he was in The Color of Money with Paul Newman. There we go.
Wait, hold on. You're not just going to ignore the fact that John Turturro was an absolute effing nut. And I loved his character so much because he's fighting the blind guy at the bar. Oh.
So there we go. That is how we get from Ralph Macchio to Paul Newman. Marissa Tomei. How the hell do you pronounce it? Tomei?
Marissa
Tomei. John Turturro, and then Paul Newman. There we go. Now we can get into Christmas. Step into Christmas. Okay. Yeah, so just going through Home Alone. Joe, I actually kicked up this one. Is another debate, aside from the Die Hard debate, there's another one about whether or not this one's a Christmas movie, because it takes place at Christmas. And I will say that I don't think Christmas is essential to the plot, really. I mean, it could happen any time of the year, but it does happen on Christmas Eve, and it's Batman Returns. I mean,
I'll accept that.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be Christmas. It just has to be cold for the penguins to come out.
This is true. This is true.
But, alright, let's get straight into it. It was absolutely essential to the plot in Die Hard for it to be Christmas Eve.
Yes.
You know, if it wasn't Christmas Eve, the Christmas party wouldn't have happened. The rest of the building wouldn't have been empty. And, of course, John McClane wouldn't have flown to L.A.
Excuse me, my apologies. But yeah, no, then we wouldn't have gotten Welcome to the Party, pal.
Yeah. And there's Christmas music in it. There's, whatever the hell Argyle was playing in the limo. And then, of course, there's the classic Let It Snow at the end.
Okay, you see, the thing for me is, too, because Savage and I had this conversation. I think she thinks Batman Returns is more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard. And I'm like,
wait, what?
Savage is one of those people that's very like, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. It's not. But I'm like, Britt, it takes place Christmas Eve, and it fits around Christmas. And Batman Returns, yeah, but I'm just like, no, like fucking, it's a Christmas movie. Like, you know what it is? Because Steve and I are all about it, and Savage is just in denial.
Is it because there was no snow in L.A.?
I'm thinking. Well, who knows, man? She's Stu Knott. I love her to death, but she's a bit Stu Knott at times. I mean, it's true. Brittany knows she's Stu Knott, and she'll love it when she hears. That's good.
It's a Christmas tradition. It's not Christmas until you see Alan Rickman falling off Nakatomi.
True. Very, very, very true. And for me, like, even though, like, Die Hard came out, like July, but it's, like, based around
Yeah.
Christmas. Like, what? You know what it is? I definitely consider a Christmas movie, and a lot of people enjoy watching Die Hard around Christmas time, as they do Batman friggin' Returns and all this stuff, for God's sake. I mean, hell, I'd rather see a lot more Die Hard, because what they do here in the States is, like, TBS, like, every friggin' marathon that you'll see on Christmas is either Elf or A Christmas Story. And I love Elf, and here's where I'll rant really briefly. I know we're going all over the place, but can I give you this rant I have about Elf?
We've got, I mean, pardon the pun, we've got free reign on this episode. We're allowed to go all over the place.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, my bad. So, all right. These little sons of bitches that I went to school with back at Ruth C. Kinney Elementary School. I'm talking about elementary school, Dazzy Dangerously. I was friggin' 11, 12 years old. These fucking putzes, right? So, all right, we have the chance to either go see Elf or Cat in the Hat with Mike Myers and Alec effing Baldwin. To, like, take a school field trip to the movies, right? Islip Theater, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, and these motherfuckers picked the Cat in the Hat.
Oh, come on.
I know. And friggin', I was like, all right, I'm hoping we get Elf. I really want to see Elf. But friggin', the Cat in the Hat won the vote or whatever we were doing. And I'm like, motherfucker. So we're going into Islip Theater, man. And I'm happy because I love the popcorn. I love the old time feel of Islip Theater, right? I got myself some soda pop. She pop. The clock is ticking in. We can't stop. Won't stop. Hell yeah. So I'm going to the movie theater, right? So bottom of the movie there, right? There's it's two movie theaters, and the third movie theater is upstairs, right? So we're in the friggin' upstairs one, right? So I'm going up there, and I'm all happy because I got my popcorn and soda, but I'm also kind of pissed off because these sons of bitches screwed me out of seeing Elf. So I'm sitting there watching the Cat in the Hat. It absolutely sucked, right? So the following week, I say to my mom, I'm like, yo, I really want to go see Elf. So my mom and a family friend of ours went to go see Elf, and I loved Elf from top to bottom. One of my favorite Christmas movies. Makes me laugh every time. So the bottom line is this. Don't let little sons of bitches pick the Cat in the Hat over Elf. And number two, if you don't see Elf that week, go the following week. You know what I'm saying? Because they just fuck it all up. I'm still pissed about it to this day, and that was back in 2003, 2004. I fucking hate them. Good.
The Cat in the fucking Hat.
They picked the Cat in... No, because I think they were around the same time when they came out, and they picked the Cat in the Hat.
That's terrible.
It is terrible. I was angry at it when I was 12, and I'm a 28-year-old grown-ass man. And I'm still complaining about it.
You know what? Die Hard actually came out February 1989.
Okay, February, July...
which is a weird time to release such a big movie.
Well, that is very true. That's very true.
But, hey, it still made... I'm going to find out now how much it made. It had a budget of like 20 million, I think.
Yeah.
No, 96 million was the budget. And it made... Sorry, 35 million was the budget. And it made 141.
I was about to say, wait a minute. Yeah, where do you get 20 million out of that?
Well, I mean, it estimated 25 to 35, so...
Oh, the estimate.
Yeah.
Look at you with your estimate.
You know what my other point for Die Hard is? If you don't consider Die Hard a Christmas movie, you can't really consider Home Alone a Christmas movie either. Because it just happens to take place at Christmas. It could happen any time of year, getting left behind.
That's very true.
There you go. Christmas is more essential to the Die Hard plot than it is to the Home Alone plot.
All right. We're going to talk about Home Alone for a second. All right, fuck Home Alone 3 because Alex...
No, hey, I'll agree with fuck 4 and 5, but I quite like the third one.
What?
It's not as bad as the next two. Oh my god, Home Alone 4 was just... it made my dick itch.
It's like, you got grabbed. But no, I mean, Home Alone 4, where Fred Stewart was the shit. That fucking sucked.
Oh my god. The young kid that took over the role of Kevin as well. You ain't no Macaulay Culkin.
You ain't?
And the whole thing was so ridiculous. I mean, let's be honest. Home Alone 1 and 2 was over the top, especially the second one. But it took itself more seriously.
You know what's interesting, man? So, Alex D. Linz, who was in Home Alone 3,
yeah.
Here's where it ties in, right? So, Disney Channel, around Christmas time, right? well, let me put it like this, because around this time we got Christmas, we got Hanukkah, we got all the holidays, right?
Yeah.
So Disney Channel in like the mid 2000s made one Hanukkah movie for Hanukkah, and it was with Alex D. Linz. It was called Full Court Miracle. People, what's the plot? You're wondering? Well, I'll tell you the plot. It's white Jewish kids getting taught how to play basketball by an African American coach who used to play pro ball. That is Full Court Miracle.
So where does the holiday armadillo come into it?
Because they're talking about Jewish, the Hanukkah and the Maccabees and the whatever the hell they're talking about. So there's like a lesson here, but I'm like, I'm not Jewish, so I don't understand what the hell's going on here, except for the fact that you're celebrating Hanukkah and the fact that he has like some symbolism to what you're learning, and the fact that he's teaching them how to play basketball, and there's these friggin' unathletic white kids who are more wider than me, wider than sour cream, for God's sake, trying to friggin' learn how to play basketball. And I'm like, this is the only friggin' Hanukkah movie that they've had. And I guess, or you know what it is? You know what? I'm gonna say it. But no, I'm not gonna say you goddamn Jew. This is not South Park, all right? I'm not gonna say that. But well, this also might apply. Somebody probably bitched to Disney Channel, like, we're gonna make the Hanukkah movies, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. And I'm just like, somebody bitched, and they got a Hanukkah movie.
So, was the tagline "Jewish men can't jump"?
Jewish men can't jump. Oh my God, I have to find it, dude. You got to see it. It's probably on Disney Plus. People, Full Court Miracle. I swear to God, the one. Okay, it's from 2003. This was 2 years after he did Max Keeble's big move. Full Court effing Miracle. If you look at the poster, it's friggin' Richard T. Jones, helping Alex D. Linz while he's balling. You know what I'm saying? Friggin', oh God, I can't even, man. The friggin' town.
Full Court Miracle. Okay.
Okay, he's at the Hebrew Academy. I'm sorry, I forgot. He was at the Hebrew Academy, and they're learning about the Maccabees.
Holy crap, he aged quickly.
Yes, he did.
All right, then.
Well, this is when he was doing all those Disney movies. He did the Jenny Project when he was like a chimp, and he did Max Keeble's big moves. Yeah, but Alex D. Linz, man. Alex D. Linz.
That was, what, 2003?
Yep, 2003.
Home Alone 3 was 97. Okay, yeah, so, I mean, he didn't age that quickly. There was a good few years between him. But you know who else was in Home Alone 3?
Go ahead.
A very young actor, I think she was about 17, Scarlett Johansson.
I'll take that. I'll accept that. All day. But no, man, I look at it from a stance of when you look at the Home Alones, like, I love him to death. I love Home Alone 2 because he's in the city. You know me, New York. That's what I'm all about it. So I also would like to add that the woman that plays the one with the birds, one that the woman they meet. Yes. She was in Angels in the Outfield.
Oh, okay. I didn't know she was in anything else.
She was in. I told she played the one that the woman.
There's actually a thing going around this Christmas that people actually, it was a joke, but people thought it was Piers Morgan. Just silence.
I give the fuck up. I give the fuck up. And I just give up. But no, you know what it is too? Like, Home Alone is timeless, but for me as a kid, like, I love the Christmas themed episodes like Alvin and the Chipmunks where they gave the kid the harmonica. Yeah. Keenan and Kel, when they gave the kid a bicycle because they were underprivileged.
It's a tuba and a phone.
I love you, man. It's a tuba phone.
Keenan and Kel was the shit.
This man brings up the tuba phone. I can't with you, Daz. The tuba phone.
It literally was a tuba and a phone.
It's a tuba phone. Dude, wasn't he singing? Well, wasn't he singing with like the Dutch chick? Speaking boo, speak. Remember that? He's like singing with the.
Yeah, I think Keenan ended up playing Santa.
Yes, he did.
And, yeah.
But he wanted the bike. Like, okay, and that's another thing, people. That's very underrated. If you never see Keenan and Kel, get on that shit. I dropped the screw in the tuna. That happened.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Order. Yep. So, but yeah,
Speaking of
the
which,
Keenan Kel-
they were also in an episode. I know I told you recently. I binge watched Sister Sister. They were in an episode of that too.
Oh yes, when they were on court, I remember because they wanted to go out with them. I remember.
Yep.
You did it. You know you did it. You did it. You know you did it. Yep. I know. I know.
And then Keenan goes on to friggin' land the plane from Snakes on a Plane. He was able to do so via his video game expertise.
Yes.
Yeah, a flight simulator can teach you how to land an actual plane, apparently. That was the least far-fetched thing about that whole movie.
You know what's interesting too, since you want to talk about Sister Sister, my amigo. So around that time when they were on Sister Sister, I think they were also doing guest spots on the Steve Harvey Show while still doing Keenan and Kel, and I think they were still on all that at the time.
Yeah.
They were busy boys.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame they don't work together anymore. I
Well,
know Cal's doing something new on Nickelodeon, but I don't know what the fuck that is.
Well, he was doing Game Shakers where he's a singer and he's dubbed G, and it sucks. And
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but it sucks. Well, him and Keenan actually produced the new All That that's on Nickelodeon now.
Oh, really? I was going to say everything on Nickelodeon sucks now.
Okay, the new All That, I will say this right now. When they have the old cast members on, it's good, but I hate this new crop on All That. I gave it a shot, but I'm like, no.
Mm.
They ruin everything.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
all.
I mean, we've got School of Rock. There's a Richie Rich series I keep passing on Netflix. I'm like, what the fuck is that shit?
The only Richie Rich I know is the Macaulay Culkin movie.
Absolutely.
And the only School of Rock I know, and the only School of Rock I know is Jack fucking Black.
Yes, definitely.
And you know what I got to say about that, man?
What?
You're a fat loser and you have body odor.
Yes. What else we got? So, I mean,
Well-
the Santa Claus is iconic. Tim Allen.
Okay, I could fuck with the first two. The third one,
Yeah. That was the one with Jack Frost.
Martin Short.
And yeah, they had the robot Santas. Yeah, take it or leave that one. But yeah, one and two are fantastic. First one is priceless.
Oh, it absolutely is. And I mean, for me, like just the everything about Christmas and the fact that he's Santa and the whole night, just him falling off the roof. And you know what it is? I look at those movies. I look at the second one where the robot and he's got the tushy, and it's one of those things where, like, for me, growing up as a kid, like you see movies like that, and I mean, just Tim Allen at his comedic genius, and the fact that he has to get married in the second one. Because I'm going to be honest with you, man, the woman that he marries, fine.
As wine?
Fine. Yeah, the blonde that he marries in the second.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was. I mean, obviously I remember it.
I'm about to see who it was, man, because you know what she was, Dazzy Dangerously?
Fine as wine?
She was fine, is what she was. Hold on a minute, man. Let me get my-
Elizabeth Mitchell.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to look her up now to see what she's up to. Hold on. Elizabeth Mitchell, how are you, baby boo? Yo, she's 50 now, and she's still looking good. You know what I'm saying? She's got this little black ensemble, man. Got this little white ensemble. Oh, my goodness gracious. Look at this. I got to tell you something, Dazzy Dangerously. I've never said this to you. She's got that voluptuosity factor in this black dress. You know what I would do, Dazzy Dangerously? You know what I would do?
What?
I would wish her the best of luck.
Okay, now we're gonna feel old. Because
Yeah.
Eric Lloyd is now 34 years old.
All right. You
Who
know
played
what?
Charlie in Santa Claus.
You know what? Fuck Eric Lloyd, man. Fuck him. You know why? Not just because he was a good actor, but fuck him for being 34, man. Because we're all around the same age.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? The first time I watched the Santa Claus, I wanted to join the ELFS.
Me too. Me too.
Elves with attitude.
It's great. It's so great.
And
Also,
man, actually, I watched the first one just the other night, and I just realized more than ever how much of an absolute dick Judge Reinhold was in it as Neil.
okay. he
And the
was.
mom too, Laura.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once we get to the second one, he's not as dicky.
Yeah, I mean, well, they know that they've accepted that he's Santa by the end of the first one, but yeah, throughout the whole first one, they're both dicks with him. Like, stop
You know what it is?
overreacting.
Yeah. You know what it was too about Judge Reinhold? Like my first ever film I think I saw with him was, remember him and Vice Versa? It was him and Fred Savage.
No.
You
I-
never seen Vice Versa?
No, I remember him in Beethoven's Third and Beverly Hills Cop trilogy.
Okay. Watch Vice Versa with him and Fred Savage. It's like the male version of Freaky Friday.
Okay. Speaking of which, there's another new version of that coming. I think it's out now, actually.
No.
With Vince Vaughn.
Well, okay. Freaky Friday with Vince Vaughn?
Yeah, so you see how they've changed it is Vince Vaughn plays a serial killer and he accidentally swaps bodies with the teenage girl that he's trying to kill.
Okay, that's different.
So you end up with Vince Vaughn playing like a 16-year-old girl, but in Vince Vaughn's body.
I don't want to picture that. Yes. No.
You know, it's by Blumhouse. You know, they bring out these crazy teen screams every year.
No. No. Oh, that's a big no-no. Oh no.
Who is saying all this?
Jack, right? Jack, what is wrong with you? No, with the Santa Claus. All right. So Disney would have like great movie marathons, right? Like when I was a kid, I remember watching, and I'm sure these are on Disney Plus now, The Ultimate Christmas Present, which I enjoyed because it was just, she takes the freaking weather machine from Santa and the meteorologist who's played by goddamn Peter Scolari, you bosom buddy SOBU, and fucking ruining Wayne Zelinsky and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, son of a bitch. Friggin' is the weatherman, takes the weather machine. They're trying to get the weather machine back, so Santa, you know what I'm saying? So it can't be Christmas all year. Then you got friggin', oh my God, I would see 'Twas the Night with Bryan Cranston, where he friggin' shrinks everything and he's trying to get away from people because he owes them money. And he friggin' goes to his family's house and he's stealing Santa's stuff. He stole the goddamn sleigh. But 'Twas the Night also brings me back to my youth. Then you have things like, oh my goodness, I watched it last night. It was on AMC. I friggin' watched Jack Frost, Michael Keaton, Kelly Preston. Oh,
so we can definitely say Michael Keaton was definitely in a Christmas movie, whether it's Batman Returns or Jack Frost.
But dude, I bawled because you feel bad. He gets into the car crash. He comes back as the snowman, and then they have to drive him back up to the mountain so he can be
It's traumatic as fuck, that movie.
It is.
It's on my list and I keep putting it off. I was supposed to watch it 4 days ago.
Watch it. Watch it again. Dude, I cried. I'll be honest with you. I got emotional watching it again. When I was 6 when that came out.
It's like Marley and Me, except with a snowman instead of a dog.
Yes.
I've only ever watched Marley and Me once, and I'll never watch it again.
That is a very unique analogy. I like the way you put that. I'm not going to lie. I like the way you put that. But no, it's just, it's a tearjerker. It's a freaking tearjerker. And I felt like I was 6 again when I first saw it. You know what I'm saying? But fucking, you know what it is too? When everybody thinks of Jack Frost as well, they think, we've talked about this, those crappy horror films that were the shits.
Yeah.
No.
Such as Santa Jaws.
Yes. Such as Santa's Sleigh with your favorite person.
Ugh.
You know, the next...
dropping a reindeer on his head.
You know the next world champion, Daz?
Yeah, whatever.
We were talking about people as Bill Goldberg was in a Santa movie as an evil Santa.
Ugh.
You know what's funny about that? When that movie came out, you know what other movie he was in?
The only other one I know him in is The Long Shot.
Okay, besides that one.
Oh, what else did he do?
He made a cameo appearance in Looney Tunes Back in Action with Brendan Fraser.
Oh, jeez.
You never knew that, did you?
No.
Now you know.
Now I know, and now I won't watch it.
But yeah, Jack Frost is another one that sticks out. There's one with Dudley Moore. Remember Santa Claus, the movie from the 80s?
Absolutely, yes.
Love that movie.
And a very evil John Lithgow.
Yep. That's very true. Yep. I think that was also around when Miracle on 34th Street came out.
Yeah.
And these are just classics for me. And I also remember, like we mentioned, Vince Vaughn. I was watching the other night because it was on AMC, and The Savage kind of influenced me to put it on because she was reminding me how funny it was. Friggin', have you ever seen Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon?
Ooh. No, I've seen Fred Claus with Vince Vaughn.
Oh, no. Were you a Fred Claus dude, or did you think it sucked?
Well, I say I've seen it. I've only seen like half of it.
Okay, well, Four Christmases, it's funny. Reese Witherspoon, he goes to visit with the brothers. I believe Terry Bradshaw's in it. You'll laugh. I'm just going to say it right now, people. If you've not seen Four Christmases, it is a great effing movie. It's a great effing movie. And also, I look at it from a stance of, too, like, you have Christmas as well. Like, we talked about everything Christmas from Jack Frost to Santa Claus itself. But I always just love, like, Christmas movies, and we mentioned Home Alone. But, when it comes to Christmas, we talked about themed episodes. I mentioned the harmonica. We mentioned Keenan and Kel.
Yeah.
I think one that really sticks out is the Christmas Carol tradition. I'll even take Scrooged with Bill Murray.
You know what? Those are always like right at the end of my list. That's how I finish the run up to Christmas. I think I've got 13 versions of it.
Okay. The last Christmas Carol I saw was the Jim Carrey one, the animated one.
I mean, Christ, I've got the 38 version, 51, 84, 70. There's even a very, 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 very rare 99 version with Patrick Stewart.
Okay. I think one of mine that rank up there. Have you ever seen a Muppet Christmas Carol?
Have I ever? That's always the
Oh,
last film I watch Christmas Eve, ever since I was a kid. Every year.
Right, man. Excuse me with your passion. Have I ever? I'm sorry, Des.
You know why?
Ever?
Because
Why?
there's a song in like the first 20 minutes that's called "There's Only One More Sleep Till Christmas."
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So every year since I was a kid, that's been the last film I watched Christmas Eve. Obviously, it's gotten a little bit later on Christmas Eve as I got older. Not fucking 8 o'clock at night anymore.
Yes, but the debate that always used to happen with the Christmas Carol is, so there was a lot of people that didn't like the Jim Carrey one, the animated one. Were you a fan of that one or not?
I liked it. I liked the fact that there was a lot of throwbacks to the 51 version with what's his name? Alistair Sim. But I think what it was with that one was the animation freaked a lot of people out.
Okay, fair enough. Like for me, like we talked about classics, like I talked about the marathons. I love Elf, Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color? I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it. And just everything that is encompassed with that movie, you know what I'm saying? I love it so much. Have you seen these?
Santa's coming to town.
Santa! They'll know him. You sit on a throne of lies. These toilets are ginormous.
He's an angry little elf.
Call me Elf one more time. There now.
Oh, who would have thought he would go on to become a Emmy Award-winning actor in Game of Thrones?
I know, right? Okay, bad story. I got to come up here. When I was a kid, as we've all dealt with bullying and stuff and being teased. All right, Christmas Story. I love the movie, right? Oh my God, I shot my eye out, right?
Yeah.
And the tongue obviously stuck to the pole, right?
Yes.
So me being the blonde-haired kid that I am, with my early glasses, not the glasses that I have now, a lot of kids called me Ralphie, and I'm like, bastards.
You know what it was with A Christmas Story? I remember seeing it as a kid, and I never remembered what it was called or anything. The only thing I ever remembered was the bully, and like the close-up of him laughing. And for years I couldn't remember what it was, and then I finally saw somebody post a meme of comparing him and his little his sidekick to Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. I thought, wait, that's the friggin' movie. What is it? Christmas Story. Got it.
I was about to say for a second, man, if you start saying I'm Ralphie now, I'm about to whoop your ass. I thought you were about to agree with the kids. I was like a 10-year-old kid, man. Everybody thought I looked like Ralphie from friggin' A Christmas Story. I'm like, you bastards. Like, Well, in a way, technically speaking, I would not mind that because Ralphie is an iconic character, and the son of a bitch shot his eye out with a goddamn BB gun.
Yeah, Ralphie was actually a pretty good kid.
Was...
But, yeah, he did exactly what everybody said he was going to do. He damn near shot his eye out.
And he did. That he did.
What was the excuse he made up?
I totally forgot. I just know that. That's the thing. The only thing I remember about that movie was, oh my god, I shot my eye out.
Yeah.
Like growing up in the 2000s as like a teenager, to be honest with you, like I remember watching The Fairly Odd Parents this Christmas, SpongeBob's Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that stuff sticks out. Well, yeah, I know, man. You know,
The-
I'm just a teenager in 2000s.
The scene with Santa was great because obviously he froze, he couldn't remember what he wanted to say, and then just as he's about to get kicked down the slide, turns around, wait a minute, I want a blah 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 rifle, and Santa just goes, "You shoot your eye out, kid."
That's right.
Just Santa may as well have shot his eye out.
I also am looking as we're talking about all this on the list. I tell a lie. Besides Full Court Miracle, we did have 8 Crazy Nights with Adam Sandler.
Oh man. Was that one of the good ones or one of the bad Adam Sandler ones?
Have you never seen 8 Crazy Nights?
No. When was it?
2002.
Huh.
It was a good one. That's a technical foul. You have to watch the movie.
Okay.
It's
So it was like
it's good.
mid to late 2000s when he started getting a little. What the fuck am I watching?
Hey, I was a fan of Click, just not because of Kate Beckinsale, and I love me some Kate Beckinsale.
Click was. I think Click was his last good one, and then he went a bit crazy, and he's slowly starting to redeem himself now. Grown Ups, of course, I love.
I did not see the Netflix thing that he did around Halloween.
Oh, Hoobie. Hoobie was pretty funny. It was kind of like Billy Madison grown up.
All right, that's something that I'll have to check out.
Well, it was more like Billy Madison / Waterboy grown up.
That's a great comparison. Okay. All right. I mean, well, yeah, once we got to like the mid 2000s when he started. All right. Okay. I'll be honest with you. I liked That's My Boy. I thought it was funny. Have you seen That's My Boy?
No. That was around the time I stopped kind of watching Adam Sandler movies.
Dude, Susan Sarandon and Andy Samberg are hilarious. You have to watch That's My Boy.
All right. I'll
Tony
give him a try.
Orlando. Tony Orlando from Dawn.
I'm definitely not trying Jack and Jill.
No, Jack and Jill's horrible. Dunka-Chino. No. Dude, if you've not seen That's My Boy, you know Tony Orlando from Dawn? Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
Yes.
And also Candida, we can make it together. So he plays the boss, right? They're going to like a bachelor party, right? You know what I'm saying? They're all getting like, manicured and all this stuff. Then they go to the strip club, right? So Tony Orlando, before they friggin' go to the strip club, Tony Orlando's in there because they're having a bad time. It's lame. It's not the best bachelor party, right? So fucking Tony Orlando. They're talking about going to the strip club. Do you know what this man says?
No.
Tony Orlando, out of nowhere, just goes, "We gonna get our dick sucked." And I'm like, oh my God. This is the greatest, because it's fucking Tony Orlando saying, "We gonna get our dick sucked." I'm like, Daz, you gotta watch it.
just for that scene.
Just for Tony Orlando saying, "We gonna get our dick sucked." Yes, you gotta
All
watch
right.
it. You gotta watch it.
There's another one we haven't mentioned that's kind of iconic, and it's one where Arnold Schwarzenegger is looking for the Tuba Man.
Jingle All the Way.
Yes, not the second crappy one with Larry the fucking cable guy.
And Santino Marella.
The fuck was that shit? No, the good one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And
Looking
Sinbad.
for the Turbo Man doll.
The turtle. And you got Sinbad, and wasn't the Big Show one of the Santa Clauses?
Was he?
I think he was.
Oh crap, that's news to me.
Okay, let me take a look now because that's gonna bug me. But yeah,
All right.
if you actually see the good Jingle All the Way, watch the one with Schwarzenegger. Do not watch the Larry the Cable Guy. You know what that was? That was just another WWE Films bullshit film.
Yeah. But
And it's like, why do you need to do a sequel to Jingle All the Way?
and can we even consider it a sequel because it's nothing to do with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
It's absolute fucking horseshit that I wish should not existed. You know, this is gonna bug.
Oh wait, yes, he was Giant Santa.
Paul White.
And Vern Troyer was Mini Santa.
Yes. By the way, here's what gets me about this movie too. As of all the people I'm looking at, Martin Mull, the friggin' principal that on Sabrina the Teenage Witch was in that.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Was he?
Yeah, he played the DJ, Mr. Ponytail Man.
Oh, yes. Yeah, of course. I remember him now.
But yeah, man. And also, you know what's interesting about that too, man? Around this time, and all right, the only reason I liked it is because NSYNC's "Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays" is in the movie. Have you ever seen "I'll Be Home for Christmas" with Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Jessica Biel?
Uh, don't think so.
All right, so that one came out like a year or two later. It's just about getting home for Christmas, obviously, hence the title. And Jessica Biel and Jonathan Taylor Thomas is like dressed as Santa Claus, and he's like, just trying to be home with his family. He gets all into these shenanigans, man, all these shenanigans. It's Jonathan Taylor Thomas after Home Improvement.
There's obviously one thing I don't really like about Jingle All the Way, and I feel bad for saying it because he's gone through a lot of shit growing up.
Yes.
Jake Lloyd is, I mean, he's not the best, but I don't really want to shit on him too much because he went through so much crap after the Phantom Menace, which actually he wasn't bad in Star Wars, but yeah. I think that was a couple of years, 3 years after this.
Yeah, not to hate on the guy either, because he has been through a lot. Yeah, I agree. And I like the Star Wars stuff, too, because I've seen stuff about it. But yeah, I can't the dude. I can't.
Jim Belushi was also the mall Santa who turned out to be the con man when he tried to sell the dodgy Turbo Man.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
I mean, then you've got, like, it goes kind of over the top for the ending. Like when he uses the jetpack and he's literally flying around the entire skyline.
I'm just picturing the jetpack, dude.
It also stars, of course, Rita Wilson, who is a nice segue into another Christmas film she's in, which is The Grinch. And again, we're talking about the real Grinch, not the frickin' animated, shitty Illumination one that came out a couple of years ago.
Okay, so we're talking about Jim Carrey Grinch.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, I know there's an original cartoon version as well, but when you think the Grinch, you think Jim Carrey. You don't think this. I mean, I like Benedict Cumberbatch, but no, that's not the Grinch.
I mean, I saw the Grinch with Jim Carrey years later. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I like it. I also look at it from a stance of, you know what I remember as a kid? So Time Magazine, they used to do the ratings for the films. I remember it got like a D in Time Magazine as far as like film-wise when that came out. You know what I'm saying? Friggin' Time Magazine grading it a D.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's rough. But the movie's not terrible. You know what also kind of pisses me off about it? Because of that goddamn Faith Hill. And I love Faith Hill because around this time period, she came out with songs like Breathe. She came out with songs like Ooh, I Love the Way You Love Me, where she's in the diner, man. I want to go to that diner. I'm not talking about Tom's Diner. Do 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 do. I'm talking about that diner with Faith Hill, man, but I digress. Where Are You Christmas annoyed the living crap out of me.
Oh, really?
Dude, where are you Christmas? It's not, it annoyed the shit out of me, that song. It's not one of my favorites. Every time it comes on, it's like that goddamn Josh Groban when he's singing Oh Holy Night.
You know what? Yeah, her version is horrible. Well, it's not horrible. It's just too loud. But I mean, the version that Taylor Momsen sings in the film is good. Yes,
but I also look at it from a stance like we've talked about. I know you hate it, and Britt and I talked about on the Pop Culture Show. Like it's good, but it does get annoying, and she'll admit it. I'll Be Home for Christmas. I know you can't stand. No, what, I'm sorry, not I'll Be Home.
Oh no, we're talking. Yeah, yes, right. I know which one you mean.
Yes, my fault. I don't hate it as much as you do. Does it get annoying because they always fucking play it? Yes, but you absolutely hate Mariah Carey.
I despise that song. Maybe it's from 5 years of working in a supermarket, and it used to come on every day in November.
So people, what Dazzy is saying is he gets the heebie-jeebies every time Mariah Carey goes, "You, baby."
Not even that bit, just the intro to when it goes. No, turn it off.
It's you know what it is. I love all Christmas music. That was the one that really annoyed me. All right, now we'll talk about this. What's one of your favorite Christmas songs?
Christmas
Besides Malik.
songs. It's easily
Besides-
Fairytale of New York.
Okay, I was gonna say also besides Maliki Liki Maka.
Malika Liki
So-
Maka.
Maka is the thing to say. Yep. Okay.
Oh, I will
Wonderful
always. Fairytale of New York will always be my number one.
All right, so Nat King Cole, the Christmas song. I love Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney. The Eagles with Bells Will Bring It. Yeah.
When you've been in a British pub like a week before Christmas,
Mhm.
doing the can in a circle to Fairytale of New York, you'll never forget Fairytale of New York.
All right, well, I'll have to look that up because I'm aware of it because I know you love this Fairy Tale of New York, so I'll have to check it out. But
Wait,
no,
you don't know
like,
the Pogues?
no, man, I'm not saying that. I'll have to look it up now. So I'll look up Fairy Tale of New York.
Oh wow, I've never met anybody who's never heard of the Pogues before.
I have not. Well, now I know. Now I will. It's me also you're talking about who likes friggin' Instincts, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and 98 Degrees of This Gift, which was also around that time.
Dude,
But I'll yeah.
There's like 10 Christmas songs that get played everywhere every year, and that's one of them. So
the Fairy Tale of New York.
yes,
Okay, I'll have to look it up. But no, like Nat King Cole's one sticks out for me. Blue Christmas by Elvis. Friggin'
I mean we're talking Die Hard, Let It Snow.
yes, Let It Snow. Well, which Let It Snow? There's Dean Martin, Let It Snow. There's so many Let It Snows.
Well, the one from Die Hard,
Okay. Yeah.
which I believe was what's his name?
Vaughn Monroe and the Norton Sisters.
Yeah, not who I was thinking of, but yeah, that's the one.
Now, here's the thing, too. Like, I also enjoy White Christmas by Bing Crosby, but I much prefer the Home Alone version by the Drifters.
Oh yes,
Of a White Christmas.
the
Just
Drifters are
like-
iconic.
Yes. You know what I like the most about it, though?
Like Kevin combing his hair,
Besides
singing into the
besides
comb.
that. No, besides that.
When he slaps his face with the aftershave.
No. I'm talking about the song. You know what I like about the
Oh,
song?
what?
Well, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
That brings me
Yes,
to another
like-
point. I watched the movie White Christmas for the first time this year, and
Really?
to me, it's not really that much of a Christmas movie, apart from when they sing White Christmas like once or twice. There's nothing else Christmassy about it.
But it's a white Christmas.
I know, but it's just one song in the movie. Everything else, nothing else about the film is Christmassy.
But Dazzy, it's a white Christmas. Don't you understand? It's a white Christmas.
Frickin' Bing Crosby. Rum bum bum bum.
Okay, wait a minute. This man and his white Christmas. All right. So I also love, like we were talking, you talk about White Christmas, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. There's all classics, and I will say this: "It's a Wonderful Life" always gets me every time I see it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the ultimate Christmas. I don't think it's as big over here as it is over there. It's not really much of a tradition. I mean, it's available every year, but it's not like directly on mainstream TV every year. It's just kind of like on demand every year on Sky Movies.
You and your Sky,
Fucking Andy.
Andy.
No, yeah, It's a Wonderful Life is definitely one of them. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Dude, I had to read that in friggin' English class. I forgot what year. We read "It's a Wonderful Life," and we also watched the movie. I can't remember what year. I think it might have been my freshman. No, not my freshman year. Was it my freshman year? Yeah, I think it was my freshman year. Either way, it was still some good shit, man.
Yeah. Good shit.
Good shit.
Okay. Have you ever heard or seen Father Ted?
I've heard of it.
Okay, so it's an Irish 90s sitcom,
Okay.
and one of my traditions is watching the Christmas special every year because it's just so funny. One of the most memorable scenes is 12 priests getting lost in a giant lingerie section.
I'm already hooked.
And they kind of film it like, this stuck lost in a war zone trying to escape. So when they finally find a back door, there's people all around like shoppers, and they make an announcement over the tannoy, and Ted suddenly has a bright idea of, okay, who's got the most boring voice? That would be me. I have the most boring voice. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Next thing he's on the tannoy. Hello, shoppers, could you please make your way to the tills as the store is about to close? Come on, come on, hurry up now. And then Ted just grabs the mic and says, "Not that way, for feck's sake."
All right. I have to look at this now.
If you can find it, it's classic.
Now, there's one classic that we have not talked about yet.
Let me think. Is it Miracle on 34th Street?
Well, we mentioned it, how it's a classic, but we didn't also mention how The Nightmare Before Christmas is a classic.
Well, now you see, to me, that's more of a Halloween movie.
I know, but they listed it as a Christmas comedy.
Yeah, like the first time I watched it, I thought, wait a minute, this isn't a Christmas film. This is a Halloween film. But again, it's a classic.
I mean, I also did see The Polar Express with Tom Hanks. Now, did you like The Polar Express?
I did, and I absolutely hate the kid. Yeah, the one that talks like that.
What did the kid ever do to you?
His voice. Ugh.
Yeah, the young kid that gets on the train with Tom Hanks, yes.
Yeah. Not the main kid.
Which one? Not the main kid that he picks up.
Yeah, the one that's already on the train, the boy. I need to find out his name.
I think it's Eddie Deason.
Yeah, Know It All. Yeah. Oh, I hate that kid.
Well, the guy that plays him was actually in Grease.
Oh, yeah, I recognize him now.
Yes, that's the kid that played Know It All. That's just annoying as fuck.
Oh, man. He's so annoying.
Oh, Peter Scolari was in The Polar Express, too. He played Billy the Lonely Boy. Michael Jeter was in it. You know what Michael Jeter was in?
No.
He was in a lot of the Air Bud movies. He was in Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit.
Okay.
You've never seen Michael Jeter? He was the one that... Have you ever seen Air Bud?
I know it, but I don't think I've seen it.
He's the one that would beat the dog with the newspaper.
Okay.
That's a bad image to put in people's heads, but it was the movie, people.
I didn't know Steven Tyler was in Polar Express.
Yes, as the elf lieutenant and the elf singer. Yep.
Wow.
Get you on that Polar Express vibe, people. 2004. Take it back.
Yeah. And then I think we've pretty much covered them all except. Well, I mean, most people probably have never heard of it, but I mean, we have as wrestling fans, and it's Santa's Little Helper with Paige and The Miz.
Yes.
If it wasn't for Paige and The Miz, it would be completely awful.
That is true. Well, I think around this time also, that were you a fan of The Miz? Speaking of The Miz, were you a fan of his in Christmas Bounty?
To be honest, I think this is the only movie I've seen him in. I definitely haven't watched The Marines.
I did see. The only one I did watch is because at the end credits of that movie, you know what song they played?
In Christmas Bounty?
No, in The Marine.
Oh, no.
Have you ever, Have Faith in Me by A Day to Remember?
Yeah.
That song is in it.
Okay.
I'll keep you safe here with me.
I think this came out around the time when I really didn't like The Miz. I mean, not on Phoenix's level, but I mean, I'd never liked The Miz up until a couple of years ago, and I think this came out around the time when he was really hateful.
Okay.
But this movie kind of made me feel sorry for him.
I did. Well, yeah. If anybody has seen Santa's Little Helper, you do feel very, very sorry for the Miz. Friggin'
Yeah, Paige is
2015
evil.
was at. Yeah, but he was 2015. He was at his prime year as being the ultimate douchebag.
Yes. Yeah, and
Can
then
I
it was
just
about
say-
a year or two later, the whole rant on talking smack.
Yes. But also, let me just say this right now, and I don't mean to cut you off. If Phoenix had his way, The Miz would get Cole every Christmas.
Yes. You know what? I
All
don't
right.
even think he'd give him coal. You just get nothing.
He just, The Miz never did. All right, here's the thing about him. If this was Bailey, he would be all up in that. He would have the mistletoe all over the house.
Yeah.
And Miz would just get nothing. Because Craig Phoenix is a cruel, cruel man that just has his emotions not in check. And I love you, Phoenix. But what the fuck?
Yeah, what
How
did,
do you
what did
hate
Miz ever do
this?
to you?
What did the Miz ever do to you? What the fuck, Phoenix?
I can't really think of any other Christmas movies.
I can't either. And
I mean, not ones that I enjoy, anyway.
That is true, but I also just want to leave it at that because I want to have him catch up and hear this and then call me Assad again, which is
Yes.
great.
Okay.
I live for that. Live for that.
All right then. Okay, so let's go to the Reel of Fortune and find out what our next episode will be about. Okay, so on the wheel we've got 90s Schwarzenegger, Adam Sandler, Joe Pesci. We've got originals versus remake. Let's spin it and find out what we get.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So the next episode will be original versus remake.
Now, it could just be any original verse, like The Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. But obviously we can't do that because we've already featured the first Nightmare on Elm Street.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, let's face it, there's
all right.
plenty out there.
All right. Well, we can look at there's so many originals and remakes. I will say this right now. It's going to be a fun one because I'm going to be honest with you. I think what's great about that episode is you and I are both going to get mad a lot.
Probably, yes.
Well, because they fuck it up.
To,
They fuck it up.
to be fair, off the top of my head, I can think of a couple of remakes that were actually really good. So we'll see when we get there next week.
All right. We'll probably get angry and mad and evoke all emotions, so we'll do it.
And in the meantime, you have been watching / listening to the Captain and Mike Larkin. Thank you for netpicking and chilling with us. Don't forget to follow us on social media at NetpicksPod on Twitter, and of course the Four Corner Union account, along with Max Wrestling UK, and of course the Max Wrestling Facebook group for all of our shows. I'm also living life on Twitter at Dazzy Brand and the Captain 512. And Mike, give me your monologue. Christmas monologue.
First of all, ho, ho, ho. Dazzy Dangerously has got me up at the ass crack of dawn. Yo, yo, yo. And I love it. Wouldn't have it any other way because it's my main man, Dazzy Dangerously. Check me out, Netpicks Pod, with myself and the captain over here. Check us out, Four Corner Union, SM Show 1, MCL 92, Pop_Culture_Pod, with myself and the scrunched up face that is Brittany Savage. Check me out on Impact. You can check me out on Impact Rewind, doing my thing with some Impact stuff. Check me out at LFC_pod, Lingerie FC, man, lingerie fighting champs. I'm talking about beauty, strength, and dominance, 3 key elements that make women the work of art that they are. On all audio platforms, check me on SoundCloud.com/MCLarkin92, StephenMikeShow.com. I'm on Max Wrestling each and every week with my boys, Dazzy Dangerously right over her, Travis the Walker Anderson, Moses Marquez. We the Max 4 Horsemen. We coming at you, right, yay. So, man, it's a good time each and every week with my boys. Check us out wherever you can find us on audio platforms, the Max Wrestling Podcast, YouTube, WrestlingWithWrestling.com with Andre Corbeil. Don't slip on a banana peel. Bruce Steele. Oh, snap. It's good times, man. I'm just going to shut up now because I'm feeling good.
And of course, on the topic of Max Wrestling, make sure you if you're a wrestling fan, that is. Make sure you check out our Christmas Eve special tomorrow night called A Taker's Carol, which I will kind of retell the classic Christmas Carol story with The Undertaker. This is going to be fun. And we'll also be talking about The Undertaker's 30-year career in one episode.
Yay.
There it is. Come back next time to Netpick and chill with us for original versus remake. And that is a Christmas wrap. Have a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
I'm dreaming
of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. Doot, 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 doot. It's Mayo Days, Mayo Days, Mayo Days. Be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Doot, doot. You gotta get it right, get it right.
I'm so glad I didn't finish recording. There we go. We'll see you next time. Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.